Hello everyone, and tonight I decided I'd play more Forza Horizon 6 because other than Battlefield, this is pretty much all I've been playing, but I thought I would get started by showing you this rather magnificently glitchy clip of everyone kind of getting out of their way for me. I jumped from, I think it was about 10th to about 2nd by the end of this clip, and I ended up staying there. Would have been nice to get the win, but you know, there was just a nice bit of chaos there. I wish I recorded the whole race actually because it was pretty chaotic, but I do have 2 races for you tonight, which is better than the one that I had before. But, you know, the saying goes, two's better than one. And this one was a bit diabolical for me, actually. I think I might have been a bit dirty, and I might be airing out some dirty laundry here by my race here. But, hey, I started from, I think it was about 11th and finished 3rd, so that went pretty well. Running with no assists, but I forgot to turn off the braking line because I turned it on briefly to show a friend the game because they don't play with, like, any, like, automatic... I play with no assists, and the friend that I was showing it to plays with every assist. And when I went to turn everything back off, I forgot to turn this thing back off, so that was great. But anyway, regardless of that, you'll get to see some rather dirty driving from me, which was not my highest point, but we move. And this car was a lot of fun to drive. You can see there. I don't know how I managed to avoid that, but the ghosting system in this game is actually far better compared to Horizon 5's. See there, I locked up a little bit there, which caused that bump, so I can kind of excuse that one. Not that that looks any good whatsoever, but, you know, that was an excuse for it. And then I'm right up behind this car here. I thought he would have braked a little bit later, but apparently not, and I just ended up punting him out of the way, which wasn't great, but well, there you go. There was 2 relatively dirty moves, and then, of course, I had all the momentum in the world. I wasn't going to stop behind this car, and just kind of shoved my way through, but I largely kind of pinned that down to a bit of lag. It looked like I wasn't playing on an Australian server or anything like that, so as you can see there behind me, all chaos sort of unfolds, so it kind of gives me a clear gap to 4th place, and I kind of ended up staying there, really. Didn't really end up doing much, but yeah, I mean, I finally completed the main component of this game. I've got the gold wristband, and I'm now prestiged, whatever is it called the prestige system in this? I don't know. But I'm finally there now if you want to know how much time I've spent on this game, and the answer is, for anyone who's curious, too much time. But that's big unemployed hours now, isn't it? And the encoder's glitching again. Wow. God, how have the mighty fallen. I used to be able to use the Xbox video recorder for so many videos back in the day. I mean, that pretty much powered my YouTube channel for a good half a decade, but looks like it's no longer really working anymore. It keeps bugging out, glitching out. I wonder if there's a fix for that somewhere. Or maybe it's just Microsoft being Microsoft and, you know, being micro slop. But anyway, crossed the line, finishing 3rd on that race. And, of course, I've got one more race for you guys tonight, which will be in a completely different track. Gotta cue the suspense here, you know, because gotta keep people guessing. But this time around, we're driving the Porsche Cayman 718 GT4 RS, and I got to admit, going outside of the game and all that, I mean, I do love how this car drives in this game, but the Cayman 718 is perhaps one of my dream cars, probably one of my favorite cars of all time, actually, because I feel like the car is kind of the modern spirit of the 911. The 911s at the moment are pretty big and bloated and very much a Grand Touring type car. Like, they're very performance orientated, but it's given me I've got the vibes from particularly the last 2 generations that they're more of a Grand Tourer for boomers, whereas the 718, well, you know, I mean, boomers are the only ones who can really afford them, but the 718 is at least a small sports car. It's got the flat floor in there if you really want it, although everyone hates it because it doesn't sound very good. I think it sounds great. You can get some rather interesting sounds going on from it. But as you can see here, I start off quite strongly here. I even do a nice drift going into the corner. I'm surprised I didn't get like any drift tap commendations for that, but I narrowly missed the wall there and end up hitting the wall there anyway. So that was a great little sector there, undone by a bit of a shambolic bump into the wall. But nonetheless, you can see I forgot to turn off the assist in the other race, so that was great. I did obviously later turn it off because I just went, no, I don't like racing like this. As much as it did help me, I just don't like racing like this. I'd rather make my own mistakes and drift around and hit a wall if I cock it up that badly, which I rarely do on these games. I found that a bit weird actually, because when I loaded up Horizon 6, I mean, I pretty much turned off all the assists, including, like, you know, the braking zone ones, because I'm pretty comfortable with how the braking zones work in this game, and I'm pretty comfortable with how, like, the, you know, where to brake and all that. But for some reason, on dedicated track racing games like Forza Motorsport and Le Mans Ultimate, actually more recently, I have the line on, and I might just, I actually genuinely don't know why I don't have those off at this point, because I feel like I probably should. It might make me actually a little bit faster. In the case of Le Mans Ultimate, I'd say it would make me a little bit faster, but for whatever reason, I just don't turn them off. I just kind of leave them on. I think it's because the camera, the way I've got the camera set up and how my sim racing setup is still rather amateurish in the scheme of things. Like, I've got an actual wheel stand for it now compared to the last time I did a full season of racing with this group that I'm racing in. And that was literally like my wheel tied to my desk chair, or like fastened to my desk chair, because you know, the good old Logitech wheels. And I had an office chair, which I still use actually, and it is the most uncomfortable thing known to man. Like hitting that wall and losing first place, actually, that was very uncomfortable. But now I've got a proper wheel stand and the same old rinky-dinky chair, and it's not very good, but you know, it gets me through the races begrudgingly. Otherwise, yeah, I just really got to improve my setup. But in saying that, for whatever reason, I can just play these games and not worry about having to, you know, worry about the braking zones. Don't know why, but anyway. So it's all a bit of fun there. But yeah, a good battle here for second place. It's a shame that the video encoder decided to crash out as I was going out of the tunnel. Kind of a bit realistic there, because, you know, good old video broadcasts like to glitch out under bridges. But you can see there was a good little cutback there from the fellow Porsche driver, from the red Porsche. But I managed to get ahead of the braking zone here. Gave him a little bump there. He actually did bump me back, and I had the car behind me bump me as a result. But I think he missed a checkpoint there, actually. I'm not sure. We'll find out later on. But yeah, he gave me a little bump going into here again. He proclaimed that he wasn't, and then I got another bump from another car there, but the guy himself said sorry after a couple incidents earlier on, so I don't know, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt there. I don't know, really. I don't think he was being too dirty. It might just be the lag, because, again, these games, you know, people all around the world are playing them, and you're probably going to get a bit like, although he did hit me there again, but then again, there you go, he said sorry again, so, yeah, beyond that, I managed to kind of hold my line there, and not really much else of note happened. Managed to kind of hold on to first place, as you can see here. You'll see this coming up shortly, because I did try to record the full race, but it did go longer. You see the clip didn't glitch there, so I don't get it. Xbox encoders, you've come a long way to fall down as far as you have. That didn't make any sense, but anyway, you can see here, cut across the apex a bit nicely. I was surprised I didn't cut that, actually. There was one race later on that I played that I didn't record, where I had someone just blatantly shove me off, and I'm like, yeah, that's classic Forza Horizon. But in saying that, though, the racing, especially in Spec Series, has actually been surprisingly clean, considering Horizon 4 and 5, you know, doing the online races to do the weekly challenges, the festival playlist, actually, as it's more accurately called. They're all a total shit show. But in this game, it seems to be a bit better. I don't know, people are more chill in this game. I guess people are just happy with the map and happy to just explore the map and take in the vibes of the map. I don't know, it's been better overall. There's a glitch. Great. So I can't use Xbox recording anymore. Well, on that note, I'm going to cross the line in first place for my second win in 2 races. But I'll leave it there, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.